Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where the stakes are certainly clearer than they once were. We now sort of have an idea of what's going on both sides of... hold on. Let me start again. We now have an idea of what the central conflict of the game is, and also sort of what's going on both sides of it, right?
Yeah.
We know about these mercenaries. We know about these hardy boys. And we know that they're both a bunch of ornery bastards. Basically, it's just a lot of angry men, and the kinds of things that happen when angry men get together.
Yeah. I haven't talked to this guy.
This guy's a less angry man.
I haven't talked to him since yesterday, which is like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Did you have any things in particular you were looking for here? Or?
No, I was going to, because this is a new day, so I thought maybe he'd have more to say.
Okay.
He doesn't really.
Not really.
Unless I ask him for money or I try to get cancer. I'm not doing either of those things. But I'm still going to go around, check stuff out.
What are you, some kind of detective?
Yup, I gotta do detective thing.
Yeah, you can double click on a person too, and then run.
Oh, okay.
Lowman,
That seems rude,
you
though.
caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Well, I've already okay. Thank you for now.
Thank you for now. I really appreciate the gift of now. It's my understanding that you did that. Great job.
Yeah.
I think it's so... I don't know.
What?
Probably mostly people agree with her. I just think it's so weird to me to think of like snow flurries coming down like this as awful weather. Right? Like I am so overjoyed when it is like this.
Yeah, you are, you love the snow so much. And I do not, well, I love it more now. I love it more now because of you and your delight of it. And also because I used to have to, like, drive in it to go to work.
I guess that's part of it. I have not, for most of my life, I have not had to drive. But yeah, no, this is like I want to go take a walk weather.
I'm not gonna talk to this guy. Maybe I should. I don't know. I feel like I should talk to people.
What could possibly be gained by talking to Measurehead?
You're right.
You already got the only thing we could possibly want from him, which was to kick him in the fucking face.
Well, if we get to do it again.
That's compelling.
You know.
That's compelling.
Nothing here I haven't seen before.
Have you opened that locker? Usually when you
I
interact,
thought
okay. Usually when you interact with like a receptacle like that, it changes state and it's not interactable anymore. But I guess that's one of the ones with the records in it, right?
Stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you.
Right, I forgot about this check.
I will force myself to go through the folders.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Something about containers.
Very close.
The
You're right.
drawer
That
slides shut.
that could have been valuable. That might be interesting stuff. The whole point is that it's not interesting stuff, but it could have been useful.
Okay. So I unlocked that by putting a point of volition earlier. So I want you to remind me next time I level up, unless there's some kind of pressing decision.
Okay.
To put it in, because I want to succeed.
Okay.
At going through those files.
Yeah. You almost did there. That was one where a 7 would have been sufficient.
Yeah. You know what I like is that I don't feel the need to... Oh no, I've been here before. Okay, it's this way. I'm so good at navigating this 3-dimensional space.
I mean, it's not really a 3-dimensional space.
It's... For me, it's close enough.
Listen, my spatial confusion is like a dimension.
Yeah.
A dimension from which there is no escape. A sort of shadow dimension. A dimension X, if you will.
I'm double clicking and it's not really.
You can't run on stairs, Amabel.
You know, my teachers always said that. I proved them wrong. I did run down the stairs.
Yeah, how'd that go for you?
Not great, but I did do it.
You should be able to run here. Are you sure you're double clicking? It's like every time you start moving, you like take one step running and then go back to a walk. I'm not sure what's going on there. Are you
Maybe
triple
I'm
clicking?
Maybe.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she
Leo, and Feature, can we keep this greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
That was me acting. That was me interrupting him.
I appreciated that. That was good. He smiles his disarming smile and looks you deep in the eye.
You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Arish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Okay, then.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
My I've never been up to anything weird with a sheep t-shirt is answering a lot of questions, etc.
I think Kim is just a lot of fun to hang around with because he's very cutting in like a very dry way that really appeals to me. Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more.
Yeah, I figured. I'm glad. This is why I want to talk to people. I wanted to get more. So I'm going to ask Brett Wright, what trouble did Tyson and his friends get into? See if I can get, more from someone who's a little more unguarded.
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Oh, that's delightful.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Do I want to do this second one?
Yes.
Okay, really? Did they, kill someone? I added the, I'm trying to do acting.
I like it. I appreciate it. It's good.
Okay.
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
Okay. Do you work here?
Yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. It would have been cool if they'd actually had him do that.
Yeah.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
Yep, hilarious.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Is it a good-hearted chuckle? I guess.
That's what the text says.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
The lieutenant looks up at Leo.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
That's filthy. The word... Can I tell you how much I just really dislike the word suckle?
Also, I can't believe they would just throw this, blatant heterosexual imagery in here like this. Like it's just okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's not okay. I can't. Why do you have to get political and remind us that straight people exist?
We love you, audience. Please don't be mad. Do you think there are straight people in the audience, right? Probably.
Yeah, but they probably
Actually-
know they have it coming. I mean,
Okay, well.
do I have to do damage control? Or can we
No,
just move
it's
on?
it's fine. Patreon.com/SBPlaysGames. We love you all.
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, I want to do this first one, but I'm going to do the second one to butter him up a little more first. I
Okay.
don't know how much one thing's going to impact the other. 'Cause
Yeah,
often
or
we
if
get
you
the-
might miss your opportunity to say the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a reasonable strategy.
Okay. Because I have noticed that sometimes we just get a list of things to say, and then
Yeah.
we go through each topic, and then sometimes choosing one closes it off. We don't know which is which, and I like that. I like the uncertainty that we have with these decisions, the kind of finality of it, and I like that, you just have to sit with the consequences of it. I like that very much, actually. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
The lieutenant smiles at the little man. Kim sees what you're doing, and he's eager to help.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider. Here's the thing. No one is immune to Kim. If you feel
Yeah.
like Kim is proud of you, it's just like, it brightens the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah, like he didn't say that thanks a lot after I said that. It was Kim, specifically.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are all right.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
But let me have to do your work here again and see if it lets me back in.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs it. I'm like Mr. Everett's right hand. Actually, Miss Buf,
Who is this, Miss?
a real pretty lady. But I can't listen to the radio all the time.
Ah.
There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here.
Just go
yes, I
click
am.
it.
Yes, I am.
I found a loophole. I gotta do my line reading. Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
I have not heard the word tool used in a positive way to describe a person before.
I mean, you sort
get
of
it.
you sort of have, right? You've heard people say that someone's not the sharpest tool in the drawer. He's just doing the exact
Yeah.
opposite.
I suppose so, yeah. I'm more used to people just calling someone a tool,
Yeah.
you know.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
Everett's smart. He's a smart dude.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Leo shares very personal things.
Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue, blue eyes. Just don't.
What?
Just say number 2. Don't you dare say anything mean to this man.
I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like.
Well, thanks a lot. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are all right.
Okay, I'm off.
Line read's really important to you, huh?
Okay, look. I was told, so I don't have.
No,
the
I like it.
experience
It's a
acting
good.
that you do.
Yeah, I like this new leaf that you've turned over.
I've been trying to turn it over the whole time.
Well, some leaves
I
are
am-
heavier than others, you know. I love you.
Love you too. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna double click.
You might not be able to run in here. It's a small environment, you know, they might not necessarily work that way.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Okay, so I don't see anything here where I can ask about Titus. But
Yeah, that is kind of strange, actually. It is weird that you can't talk to him about the Hardy Boys.
that's why I came here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't really want to open the door he wants me to open.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I've just finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
I like what a shit he is. Okay, well, let's talk about my lost gun. I have 3 morale. I have a morale charge. Let's see how I do.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Hold on. Could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
I haven't had much success playing hardball with this guy previously, but
You have not. He is a practiced veteran of the form, and you nearly died.
that's fair. Okay. Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He turns to Lieutenant. Yeah, okay.
He is not.
It's just,
Thank you, Half-Life.
he thinks he can just have 2 different conversations here at the same time.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Alright, Everett, Yeah, Everett, I'm gonna leave now, but we might talk again later.
Well, you did get some XP for making him actually spell it out. That was something.
Yeah.
I actually really like that. I like the sort of like the things that the game awards little bits of experience for. Like clarifying your situation, just coming to an understanding.
Okay, that was a single click that did that.
Oh, did you turn it on like always run maybe, and you've been double clicking to make yourself walk?
I don't remember doing that, but it does appear to be what I'm doing. Oh wait.
I mean, that sounds like you.
What? In what way does that sound like
Just
me?
like sneaking into the settings, doing stuff while my back is turned.
There are settings in this game? I'm not used to games having settings other than like difficulty settings.
What if I told you there's a whole menu of them? Maybe several.
What?
Oh, brave new world.
Alright, so... That's still locked.
Yeah, I mean, you know what that is.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. The drawer slides.
Okay. Alright, so... Question is... What do I do now? I can talk to Joyce, I suppose.
You could. I mean, there was a thing you were doing at the end of yesterday that you were cut off
What was it?
by the clock. The you were trying to get access to the inside of the building. The bookstore lady. I mean, obviously you don't need the fridge so much anymore, but
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, why don't I try to do that? That might be useful. Didn't think of that. I'll do that on the way to seeing... I'll get more information from Joyce.
also maybe you could like go arm wrestle with Kuno for a while or something.
I don't think that's useful. Oh,
Hello,
thought!
sir.
Oh, darn it!
You see Annette sipping on her hot juice. She looks at you with shy amusement.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Hold on, that's not what I asked.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what a crime is. Kim is gonna hate this. I'm asking a small child what crime is. Oh, I love this game.
She doesn't know what to say.
It's that bad. Point to my head.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman. Wait, no, I want a better line reading.
Okay.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
That was better?
That was better because
all right.
I am ashamed of it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policemen like.
Huh, well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. How will you defend yourself?
I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. This is a dodgy conversation to be having with a child.
What's that mean?
You know, cut loose, raise hell, blow off steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
These are all grim.
A man can never be truly happy with who he is.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
I actually had other questions.
More about books, maybe?
She's so
Okay,
eager to
fine.
just talk about anything else.
See you around in that. Okay, okay.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm trying to play the game subtly and like with.
Don't argue with me. Argue with drama. This session really seems to be hitting for you. You're really into this.
What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
Kim, am I boring? He's gonna be. I don't want Kim to be disappointed in me.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, the way he's disappointed in me is so funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't behave like you don't want Kim to be disappointed in you.
Well, apparently, I mean, I do because I'm being boring.
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
There you go.
Okay.
See? You're so regular and Vinyl Brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it.
Well, I don't get any way to wiggle out of this. Oh. I like brown.
Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copo type is regular cop.
What?
I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait, this will be my Kappa type now?
Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits.
You know, the standard benefits.
This is
Yes.
what I get for always playing human fighters.
This is what you get for always playing Human Fighter.
Oh no. Yeah, no need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now.
Oh, coward. You're afraid to embrace who you are.
Well, so if I do a bunch of weird shit, will I be a different Kappa type
That's a great question.
than regular? Oh no. I don't.
Listen, I will actually answer questions that you want me to actually answer. I don't believe that you actually want me to answer that.
I want you to actually answer it in that. So we are you and I are doing this series,
Yeah.
and part of the series is for me to experience this game,
Okay.
and I want to experience it in the way that will be the most fun for me, the most interesting for me.
Sure.
So if it would be more interesting if I could be not regular, not human fighter, and that'd be more interesting. I would like that.
Okay, listen, what does interesting even mean, really?
Well, not human fighter.
I think
other-
you should click 2, is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay. The other thing I was going to say is I also am aware that this is an entertainment product, a second monitor product we are making for people.
Oof.
Or first monitor. It could be first monitor. I don't know.
First
I'm not
time
that
hearing of it.
interesting. Oh, God. And they're going to be with us for, I don't know,
60.
40 or 50 or 100 more episodes?
Yeah.
So, do they want to watch one where someone is the regular cop?
I don't know. Do they want to watch a series where you ignore me telling you to click 2 for 20 minutes and then you click 2 at the end of it?
Why not? Send out the telefax then. I'm not ashamed.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
Okay, so this is what it is. It gives you a thought, and you're free to internalize the thought or not. This is I was kind of pushing you toward you could regular law official if you wanted. Okay, so it looks like you got a bit of the normal in you, a touch of the regular. 4 grams of Johnny Normal Cop. Who would have thunk it? You, the extremist of all cops. Well, you said some pretty boring things back there, and now you have 2 choices. You can either leave it behind and forget about it, or you can try to utilize your normalcy, internalize it, get a touch of vanilla back into the herring-flavored egg and licorice ice cream of your mind. So it doesn't take very long to research it, and it'll do something once it's researched. I'll tell you straight up, I don't know what that something would be, but it'll do something.
Oh, I need to unlock a new...
Oh, yes, if you you see the slots right above?
Okay, how do I unlock that?
But that's the cost there. That's a skill point.
Okay. All right. Okay, well then I can...
So yeah, I'm trying not to give you a lot of mechanical spoilers, but generally speaking, when a thing is like opt-in or opt-out, Opting in is just going to give you a thought you can internalize, whereas opting out will cause you not to even gain the thought. Opting in is generally not going to do anything irreversible.
So I can multi-class. I can multi-cop.
That is certainly... What if you were 2 cops? That's certainly a possibility. Listen, you do you.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Okay, so you're not allowed to push her about getting access to the fridge because you don't have a thing to put in the fridge anymore, I guess.
Okay. Farewell for now, book peddler.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
I don't remember this being here before, but maybe
it absolutely was.
Good job, B.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What do you think?
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
And she's fiddling with her pendant.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
I am broke. I'm not buying books.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
I forgot I have amnesia. I forgot that you told me that.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's almost begging you. But only almost.
I really don't care if I'm done with her. She's mean to the kid, had the kid outside like all day and all night until like 9 o'clock. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And she reminds me of like people who work in comic and hobby shops who just are mean to their customers for no reason. That's the vibe I get from her. Some comic book shops and hobby shops are great. They're friendly. I recommend them. Others, they just have this kind of snobby disdain for everything and for everyone that they sell things to. That's not a good way to operate a business. I say this, but my customer service, I do not always treat my customers well, so maybe... Anyway.
Also, it feels like a lot of projection.
I just don't like rude shopkeepers.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless they're rude in a way that's funny.
Okay.
I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. Continue.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
All right.
You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
What do you think?
Strange cage-like trinket. I want a little more information before I rip them apart.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Rip them apart, this time for real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Yeah, now you've done it. Presumably, whatever it is. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. You know, honestly, the way this room is set up, it does remind me a lot of the barber shop where I used to get my hair cut. Back when I let other people do that.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
I mean, that seems pretty doable.
Maybe I should break it down, but not before I strategize.
Yeah, is this how you get down? Seems like a pretty standard choice to me.
Or maybe it'll give me like a +1, so I'm more likely to succeed.
Mm-hmm. No, seems like the prudent thing to do.
Maybe I'm pulling a Karnak from the Inhumans.
Yeah.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
First, check your posture.
Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram.
Now I check my surroundings.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear.
And what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Yeah.
Oh. That was a success?
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side.
Oh, okay.
But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding.
Smash into the door and shout, "Fudge the system!"
You feeling a little bit self-conscious now? You gotta act out. What's up,
Wait,
Kim?
what? What is it, Kim? What do you want to say?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment.
What? I'm not regular. Believe me, I've seen the doctor about that. It's the netherworld, beyond the veil.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's go get that flashlight
The
then.
lieutenant nods.
Okay, but first, what's this say?
Sand is dripping from a punch bag.
How about this?
The poster says, Citius Fortus, The rest is worn off.
Here.
Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. Wow. That's valuable.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
A slight reduction in success chance here because you put yourself through a door a moment ago.
Okay,
That's a really hard check.
Yeah.
You are like way up there on physical instrument.
Alright, let's get to the car.
Can I tell you, I mentioned occasionally that you and I play this game in very different ways.
Yeah.
One of the ways that I think you and I differ is that you will only take a thing out of Kim's car when he expressly tells you to.
A pull-out toolbox and the soft glow. A metallic drawer slides out. It's robust. Whether lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise. The pull-out toolbox.
It's like, as soon as I pulled out the toolbox, I was like, oh shit, inventory items. Just scoop everything into my coat.
I mean, but it's Kim's stuff. I don't want to get...
He's right there with me. He can see what I'm doing with it. I'm not going to run off and sell his flashlight.
I mean... I guess you'd stop me if I tried.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay.
All right, now that you can illuminate it first, I think this would make a good time to lift that barbell. You couldn't deal with it before because it was too dark.
Okay. Let's see if that's true.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor.
That is not true. You lied to me.
And yet, look at that. 28%. You don't think you can hit 28%? I mean, I guess it would be pretty normal not to. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Yeah, I guess not lifting it is a standard decision. It's pretty usual move there. It's probably what everybody does. A large demijohn full of strange liquid.
What's a demijohn?
Well, you know what a john is.
Oh, okay.
Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted.
I like the music. Oh, this is so creepy.
Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
I will inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
Oh, what does sidereal mean again?
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Okay, so the word sidereal, it's not pronounced sidereal, means like of the stars, from the stars, about the stars.
Okay.
Kind of.
Well, now the name of that board game makes sense. Thank you. Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Who would do such a thing?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
I will inspect the photos now.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow.
Are you enjoying
Entire
the way
oceans have been frozen from shore to shore.
Yes.
There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones.
Yes, I am enjoying the way that the...
Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
It's really interesting to have electrochemistry be the one who catches that, like the sense of, I don't even know how to put it, but that sort of like that lovely feeling of engaging with an ornate crafted world, having that connection, the electrochemistry connection drawn to it, I think is really interesting.
Yeah. I will now inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. So much pain. Back pain, neck pain, headaches, carpal tunnel, chest pain. No gym membership can make up for working in this manner.
And again, like pain threshold as like being able to empathize with specifically the physical sensations of being put through crunch. Such a good design.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
I will now inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Leave.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
It will turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
I will look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
Empty like a beehive without its brood is very good. When you're doing this much writing, there's a possibility that you get too lyrical, too precious with it. But they always seem to hit the right note with it. I'm really continually impressed by the writing in the game and the way that they're able to have that detail and that love of words that comes through very clearly. But it always has like the right tone, the right sense of sadness or emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Turns out this game is good. That's my hot take.
This is where the memory should go.
The lieutenant notes, observing the machine. Also, the music in this area. I know you commented on it already, but like, for real, the little cues that are attached to things, it's just, this is one of my favorite parts of the game.
Okay. I will press play.
Nothing happens.
I'll press play again. I know it's where the memory should go, but I'm going to do it.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
All right.
Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. You've like quadrupled your amount of money since coming in here. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. And the production schedule filament memory. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Yeah, hold on. How do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
Hey, all right, that's a memory. Good for you.
Yeah, what am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Authority can understand like this shape of a thing with a person at the top.
I like on air as like a radio-based version of the internet. That's very good.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Oh, why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? I squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Okay, let me check out this before I... Oh, he wants to talk.
Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program.
No, that's not it. I think
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
I appreciate that all the fake names have like analogs, like a feel of the language structures of
Yeah,
real.
you could tell
Yeah.
where in our world Grad and Königstein would be very easily, yeah.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
How were they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Oh God, it's a mud.
Yeah.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Yeah, I'm a little I was not 100% sure if you were familiar with MUDs or, moos or whatever. What is your experience? Do you
Not very much, because like the heyday of them, I was a little too young and dumb to really get into them. Because like when I got on the internet, it was September 1997. I was part of the Eternal September, and right there at the start, AOL baby. So like a lot of like existing stuff on the internet, like the culture of it, like I wasn't really super familiar with it.
Yeah.
And I heard about Muds and Moos, but like I didn't. I may have signed up for one, but I didn't really get. I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a dumb kid.
So just for people who might not be familiar, because a pretty significant part of the audience is younger than we are. MUDs, these were sort of like the very, very early versions of MMOs, like a multi-user dungeon or multi-user. There was another thing that D could stand for. Is what MUD stands for. And it was basically like completely text-based MMOs. Like if you can imagine where like World of Warcraft is a multiplayer version of like Dragon Age or something. These were essentially like multiplayer versions of Zork. And some of them were fantastically complicated, and I played in one for a little while, sort of like right at the beginning of having internet access.
Yeah. And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We World board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
And that gives us a pretty good idea, I think, actually.
Wow. Conclude.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. You have some thoughts?
It's because I don't know a whole lot about the production of this game, but I know that they were a studio that got, the production of the game we're playing, Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
But I know they were a studio that they got some investment and then things afterwards went badly. So, like, I feel like to put a room like this in your game about, like, making something ambitious and failing, it's I don't know. It's very remarkable and touching, I think, actually, to... Like, it has, like, a meta layer, but also just, like, often when I make a game, what I am doing to a degree is I am purging it from my body. I'm getting the poison out.
Yeah.
That's why I do games about depressing social issues and, like, systems of oppression. Just so, like, I'm not angry about it all. I still am angry about it all the time, but I'm less. I'm no longer angry where I'm paralyzed by it.
Yeah, you're getting some of the anger out, just to a point where you can operate.
Where I can operate, or I do games about things I'm afraid of, or things that break my heart, and it makes it easier for me to deal with it. It makes it easier for me, like, to purge the thing from my insides, so it's no longer a thing I have to worry about. So I can imagine if I was doing something this ambitious as this game, wanting to have a room in the game where I put all those fears. And that's just the vibe I get from this.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Let's finish. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl, and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay, well...
I like the way that Kim seems to understand the romance of that idea, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the thing in the...
Okay. I believe in you. You can do this.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Insert the production schedule!
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play again.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology.
Half-Light... What are you... Half-Light...
The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. Ization. And what's that, this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
So static drowns out what she says initially, and then you get that. You hear her ask when the connection finally improves.
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air.
Is it my birthday?
No.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Since this is a video game, look around for a post-it note, possibly pasted directly to the computer, that just says the password in plain text.
Yeah. That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Remove the production schedule.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go ahead and just step in here. I'm going to grab the wheel and say I think that's maybe a good place to call it for today. That's going to be it for us for the moment. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, there's still so much more dark here to be explored, and maybe we'll learn even more about Welkins. One can only hope. And we'll see you then.